Should we have a Tier 1 central exchange listing or not in this current market environment? Now, to be honest, I've not run a proper analysis looking back at all cases of central exchange listings to measure their impacts on listed tokens. That's actually how it would be handled in the investment industry. We would gather lots of data to determine patterns, not just random examples at different times, to help take informed decisions and answer questions like how much a Tier 1 listing pays off, how much more a Tier 1 pays off versus a Tier 2 or a Tier 3, how much that reward evolved with time, bull versus bear market, and would it be combined preferably with another catalyst to boost returns, etc. Listing is a valid catalyst, there's no doubt about it, and it can have a permanent impact if new capital flows in due to increased visibility, accessibility, and renewed interest. But unfortunately, in a bear market, lots of people seem to be waiting, wrongly so in my opinion, for any pop in prices so they can either trade the news or exit their current position. That's why the benefits are usually short-lived. So the money coming in, not maximized due to the lack of interest volume in a bear market, is rapidly matched with money coming out, and patient investors using it as an exit or traders trying to make money out of it. But would it prepare Saitama for the upcoming bull run once it happens? Well, technically yes. The more options investors have to buy Saitama, the better it is, since not everybody is comfortable with using decentralized exchanges and swapping. But do we need to do the preparations now? To answer that question, here are two things I assume. First, I strongly believe that Saitama's dev team has already reached out to most, if not all, major central exchanges, so Tier 1 and Tier 2, and gave them all the proper information, filled all the requirements to be listed rapidly if the need arises. Second, as a popular token in the DeFi space, Saitama has without any doubt gathered enough interest from various central exchanges. When the proper time comes and Saitama's dev team gives them the green light, they will be willing to list Saitama rapidly. Again, assuming the tokenomics can be opted out by exchanges, that it could be difficult to integrate for some of them, listing a popular coin like Saitama with millions of dollars in daily volume is beneficial for them, as it drives traffic to their platform and most importantly, helps them generate various fees, the bid-ask spread generated when buying and selling being a big one. Not to be neglected as well, central exchanges also benefit from the price appreciation of the tokens they hold in custody to support the liquidity. So in other words, central exchanges make money from the fees they generate with volume and by the value increase of the supply they hold. But from their perspective, it's hard to accomplish both when we are in a bear market, and discretionary spending from retail investors is limited on one hand, and the risk-taking interest of institutional investors is somewhat subdued on the other hand due to higher costs of borrowing, less liquidity available due to the Fed's QT, and the need to shore up their capital after the massive value destruction we have seen in all asset classes since the beginning of the year. So what does it mean for Saitama specifically? What is sure is that the debate is constructive, and it's worth noting that the industry is new and most of the things we discuss here have never been done. But that's exactly the true opportunity of the cryptocurrency space for patient investors. At the end of the day, what matters for Saitama is developing its utilities. And in that regard, its roadmap is clear and its capacity to execute is undeniable. Cash flow generating utilities. That's where the value will eventually come from, most and foremost. That's also how real sustainable value is created. That's something that no one can manipulate on the chart. If Saitama produces enough cash flows with its utilities, then its value will become clearer. The execution and the uncertainty risk discount affecting currently its valuation will greatly decline, and its price will increase as a result. In a nutshell, my view is that right now we should focus on building, developing Saitama's ecosystem, extending the reach and awareness of the brand worldwide, and everybody in the community can help in doing that. Now, would a Tier 1 listing be a positive? Sure, no doubt, but I personally believe that its positive effect would be greatly limited in magnitude and in time in this current environment. As soon as the market recovers due to more favorable macro factors that are affecting all asset classes, I believe it will be relatively easy for Saitama to secure listings. Why? Because it's in the best interest of the central exchanges, since they will make money out of it. So that's a perfect alignment of interest. Ultimately, listing on a Tier 1 central exchange is good in terms of prestige and visibility, but it doesn't positively change the value of its cash flow streams. Aside from the extra tax money generated with the increase in volume, 4% tax coming from their tokenomics in the case of Saitama. Make no mistake, despite all the hype of some other crypto projects out there, these cash flow streams have always played a big role in valuating companies in the financial world, and crypto companies like Saitama are no different. Working on these cash flow streams is key, and from my understanding, that's exactly what Saitama's dev team is doing right now, and I honestly believe it's the right strategy, creating a vast ecosystem with several utilities, all helping and generating as much cash flows as possible. This is what will create sustainable value, and that's what will likely make Saitama very popular among institutional investors and likely generate very appealing returns for its long-term investors as a result. So based on everything that was mentioned so far, when do you think is the best moment to get a Tier 1 listing? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you for watching.